But perhaps victory is in the simpler things that you've long forgotten. Things that require a smaller, more honest soul. Ruby Rose, you have silver eyes. So, where did you learn to do this? They taught you to use one of the most dangerous weapons ever designed? I see. It's just that I've only seen one other scythe wielder of that skill before. A dusty old crow, so I've noticed. And what is an adorable girl such as yourself doing at a school designed to train warriors? You want to slay monsters? Do you know who I am? Hello. You want to come to my school? Well, okay.
I'll keep this brief. You have traveled here today in search of knowledge, to hone your craft and acquire new skills. And when you have finished, you plan to dedicate your life to the protection of the people. But I look amongst you, and all I see is wasted energy, in need of purpose, direction. You assume knowledge will free you of this, but your time at this school will prove that knowledge can only carry you so far. It is up to you to take the first step.
For years, you have trained to become warriors, and today your abilities will be evaluated in the Emerald Forest. These teammates will be with you for the rest of your time here at Beacon, so it is in your best interest to be paired with someone with whom you can work well. That being said, the first person you make eye contact with after landing will be your partner for the next 4 years. After you've partnered up, make your way to the northern end of the forest. You will meet opposition along the way. Do not hesitate to destroy everything in your path, or you will die. You will be monitored and graded for the duration of your initiation, but our instructors will not intervene. You will find an abandoned temple at the end of the path containing several relics. Each pair must choose one and return to the top of the cliff. We will guard that item, as well as your standing, and grade you appropriately. Are there any questions? Good. Now, take your positions. No. You will be falling. No. You will be using your own landing strategy. Russell Thrush, Arden Winchester, Dove Bronzewing, Sky Lark. The 4 of you retrieve the Black Bishop pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team Cardinal, led by Carden Winchester, John Ark, Lai Ren, Kira Nikos, Nora Valkyrie. The 4 of you retrieve the White Rook pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team Juniper, led by Sean Ark. Congratulations, young man. And finally, Blake Belladonna, Ruby Rose, Weiss Schnee, and Yang Xiao Long. The 4 of you retrieve the White Knight pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team Ruby, led by Ruby Rose. It looks like things are shaping up to be an interesting year. Now that didn't seem to go very well. That remains to be seen. I mean, it's only been 1 day. Ruby, I've made more mistakes than any man, woman, and child on this planet. But at this moment, I would not consider your appointment to leader to be one of them. Do you? Being a team leader isn't just a title you carry into battle, but a badge you wear constantly. If you are not always performing at your absolute best, then what reason do you give others to follow you? You've been burdened with a daunting responsibility, Ruby. I advise you take some time to think about how you will uphold it. Let it go. And they will be. But right now, they're still children. So why not let them play the part? After all, it isn't a role they'll have forever. Well, running an academy and a military makes him a busy man. But yes, those are a bit of an eyesore. Come in. Hello, General. So, what in the world has brought you all the way down from Atlas? Headmasters don't typically travel with their students for the Vital Festival. I can certainly appreciate quality time between friends. However, the small fleet outside my window has me somewhat concerned. I understand travel between kingdoms has become increasingly difficult. We are in a time of peace.
Shows of power like this are just going to give off the wrong impression. But if what Crow said is true, then we will handle it tactfully. It's the Vital Festival, a time to celebrate unity and peace. So I suggest you not scare people by transporting hundreds of soldiers halfway across the continent. As am I, which is why we will continue to train the best huntsmen and huntresses we can. I hope they never have to.
Well, this has certainly been an eventful evening. I'm sure that after a night of thwarting attempted robbery, you probably just want to go home and take a nap. But I was hoping that maybe we could have a chance to talk. Wonderful. As you know, in order to enroll at my academy, students must first pass a rigorous entrance exam. Most applicants spend years of preparation training at one of the many combat schools around the world. You are one of the few who did not. And you passed the exam with flying colors. Well, you have most certainly survived, Blake. I admire your drive, and I am proud to run a school that accepts individuals from all walks of life. Rich, poor, human, faunus. Why do you wear that bow, Blake? Why hide who you are? True, but we are continuing to take strides to lessen the divide. And what are you? How did you know the White Fang would be at the shipyard tonight? You wouldn't have been the first. But what happened tonight was not an isolated incident. I may be your headmaster, but I am also a huntsman. And it is my sworn duty to protect this world from the forces that conspire against it. Blake, are you sure there is nothing else you would like to tell me? Very well. Thank you for your time, Ms. Belladonna. If you ever need to talk to me, please don't hesitate to ask. Come in. Thank you for coming, Ruby. How are you feeling? Now, the General here has already informed us of the events that transpired last night. But now that you've rested, we were wondering if you had anything to add. It's possible, but we still lack the required evidence to link the two together. Interesting. Thank you for your cooperation, Ruby. Why don't you go and spend some time with your team? You have a big day ahead of you. And Ms. Rose, please try and be discreet about this matter. Linda, she's right. As much as I too would love to end this situation once and for all, we must remember that this may go beyond Vale, beyond Beacon. And if this truly is part of some master plan for which we know not the final move, we mustn't be so bold, nor can we risk the spread of panic. It is not. You're a general, James. So tell me, when you prepare to go to war, which do you send in first? The flag bearer or the scouts? Today we stand together, united. Mistral, Atlas, Vacuo, Vale. The four kingdoms of Remnant. On this day, nearly 80 years ago, the largest war in recorded history came to an end. It was a war of ignorance, of greed, and of oppression. A war that was about much more than where borders fell or who traded with whom, but about the very idea of individualism itself. We fought for countless reasons, one of which being the destruction of all forms of art and self-expression. And as you are well aware, that was something many could not stand for. As a result, those who opposed this tyranny began naming their children after one of the core aspects of art itself: color. It was their way to demonstrate that not only would they refuse to tolerate this oppression, but neither would the generations to come. And it was a trend that is held to this very day. We encourage individuality, expressionism, and unity through diversity. As I have said, today we stand together, united. But this bond cannot exist without effort. Which is why today, while the rest of the world celebrates peace, huntsmen and huntresses will work to uphold it. As first-year students, you will be tasked with shadowing a professional huntsman or huntress on a mission. Some of you may be taken out of the kingdom for several days. Others may work within the walls for the rest of the week. But no matter which path you choose, remember to be safe, remember your training, and remember to do your very best. Well, that's one option. Unfortunately, we determined that the concentration of Grim was too extreme for first-year students.
It seems that particular region is rather popular. In fact, I have the sneaking suspicion that the four of you will make your way there no matter which job you choose. I'm still curious as to how you all found yourselves at the docks last semester. I'm interested to know how you really learned about a hideout in the southeast. And I certainly wonder why witnesses reported seeing robots and rose petals in a dance club some time ago. I doubt I'll ever find the exact answers I'm looking for. So, how about this? Instead of waiting for you all to break the rules, why don't we just bend them? Do not thank me for this. Teamwork and persistence have carried you far, but you must understand, the things that await you beyond the protection of the kingdom will not care. Stay close to your huntsman at all times, and do exactly as he says. He will be leading you on this mission, and he can have you sent back to Beacon if he finds your skills to be unsatisfactory. Good luck.
Yes, Councilman. Will that be all?
Now, everyone. There is a sanction fight happening just around the corner at the Coliseum that I can assure you has better seats and popcorn.
Crow, a word, please.
Crow, why are you here? And fear will bring the grim. A guardian is a symbol of comfort, but an army is a symbol of conflict. There's an energy in the air now, a question in the back of everyone's minds. If this is the size of our defenses, what is it we're expecting to fight? I suggest we find our guardian. His heart is in the right place. He's just misguided. Maidens choose themselves. I simply believe I found the right candidate. Ever since the day I met her, I had a feeling she would be the one. She's strong, intelligent, caring, but most importantly, she's ready. Well, it comes as no surprise that they've chosen you to move on to the final round of the tournament. Your performance has been exemplary. Crow is a trusted colleague of mine. Please, take a seat. What is your favorite fairy tale? Fairy tales? Stories from your childhood, surely you must remember some of them. What about the story of the seasons? Would you believe me if I told you that one's been around since I was a boy? Well, would you believe me if I told you it was true? What if I were to tell you that there were 4 maidens existing in this world that could wield such tremendous power without dust? Like magic. Do I look like I'm joking? We are telling you, Pyrrha Nikos, because we believe that you are next in line to receive the Fall Maiden's powers. And we need your help. The vault, under the school. The current Fall Maiden, Amber, and that would not bode well for any of us. It would cause panic, and we all know what that would bring clawing to our kingdom's walls. Which is why we would like to... It is, but I'm afraid it's not that simple. Given Amber's condition, you won't be able to inherit her power naturally. However, General Ironwood believes he has a solution. Her life would become intertwined with yours. The question is, you have an important decision before you, Ms. Nikos. There's no guarantee this transfer will work, and there's no telling if you will be the same person if it does. I advise you to take time to think on this matter, but understand that before the Vital Festival is over, we will need your answer. The assailant that attacked the Fall Maiden has made their first move, and there's no telling when their next move will be. Get to the city, now!
You brought your army to my kingdom, James. Use it.
Pyrrha, get to the pods. Mr. R, if you'd like to help, you can stand guard here. We do nothing. You, Ms. Nikos, have a choice to make. Are you ready? I need to hear you say it. Thank you, Ms. Nikos. I'm so sorry. Stay back! Take Jean and get out of here. Find Glinda, Ironwood, Crow. Bring them here right away. The tower cannot fall. You'll only get in the way.
Hello, I'm Professor Ozpin. We have to leave, Oscar. Oscar, I understand how you're feeling. I went through the same panic and confusion. I can assure you, you were perfectly sane. I didn't say you were normal. I said you were sane. There's quite a significant difference. Shut up! We are in complete agreement on that matter, I promise you. Believe me, I wish this weren't the case. But as I've told you, our aura, our souls, are combined. Have you ever been to Haven? Do you think you could describe the headmaster's office? Try. Right now. Because I helped build that school, and the tea set was a gift to the man running it now. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. If I recall, your aunt has several books on Mistral downstairs. I'm certain you could find a picture in one of them. Oscar, I have a grave responsibility to uphold. We both do. No, you didn't. And neither did I at first. But you do have an opportunity. Greatness, hopefully. Greatness in knowing that when the world needed help, you were the one to reach out your hand. It won't come without hardship, without sacrifice. But I know you don't want to live the rest of your life working as a farmhand in Mistral. Well, they're our thoughts now. I'm sorry. Well, I suppose that's good. I'm afraid you'll have to solve this one on your own. Be on your guard. Someone from my past. Someone who should not be taken lightly.
You forgot to engage your aura again, because this method makes you less likely to forget. Mind if I give it a shot? She really is remarkable, isn't she? In some ways, yes. But in many others, no. She has her quirks, her faults, just like everyone else. But she also possesses something unquantifiable, a spark that can inspire others even in the darkest of times. It most assuredly is. Leo, what happened to you? Fight? Oh no. No, run! Oscar, Oscar! Please, let me take over. I can handle him. This is not your fight. Gretchen Reinhardt was Hazel's sister. Despite her brother's wishes, she enrolled at Beacon Academy to become a huntress, and tragically lost her life on a training mission. Hazel holds me responsible. Please, let me fight. I know Hazel. He's wounded in a way that cannot be healed. I'm sorry. I do hope those weren't Beacon graduates. Shall I? May I? Stay calm. It's going to be okay. Oscar. The single quality that is common across every living creature on this planet is fear. It's funny, then, that as common as fear is, we so easily underestimate its power. Fear of growing close to someone, the subsequent fear of loss, fear of failure, and as more people depend on you, those fears can take on greater power. But fear itself isn't worthy of concern. It is who we become while in its clutches. Will you be proud of that person? Will you forgive them? Will you understand why they felt the need to do the things they did? Will you even recognize them? Or will the person staring back at you be the very thing you should have feared from the start? I suppose we all find out, sooner or later. Actually, you saved us. Oscar, Heads up. You're not going to tell them.
And yet, it's something I'm becoming increasingly concerned about. You all have every right to be upset. Especially you, Oscar. I'm sorry I left you. I understand. But even though it may not have felt like I was with you, I was never truly gone. You're gaining control of my remaining magic, recollecting my longest-held memories, which means our two souls are still on the inevitable path to becoming one. Neither do I. We need to find a way to work together. Not just the two of us. All of us.
Oscar, don't panic. We're going to be okay.
I'd like to express again that this is my burden to bear, not yours. His grudge is with me. I understand, I do. But you've done so much already. The least I can do is give you a break and try to get us out of here. Maybe you've taken one too many hits. Maybe we should do the same. We certainly are similar, you and I. Maybe we have been presented with an opportunity. Oscar, please.
But Oscar, I recognize that. The girl who fell through the world? I've lived through my share of them. How are you holding up? She wasn't the same girl anymore. I think this plan to divide might have run its course. It's time we start thinking about a way out. Not having arcane certainly limits the options, so I don't blame you. Honestly, I think you're doing just fine on your own. Thank you, Oscar.
Oh dear.
Ambrosius.